How to upgrade firmware on the Honeywell PC23 PC43 and PD43 printers. The firmware upgrade can be performed in 4 different ways. Before a firmware upgrade, make sure the printer is on and has a ready status with the LEDs or the LCD with a ready message. Know how the printer is connected to the computer to know how we are going to communicate and send the firmware. Note, these models use the same firmware file. The firmware can be downloaded by following these steps. Go to https://www.hsmftp.honeywell.com. Log in or create an account. In case this is your first time on the website, create an account. You will get a validation code to enable and have access to the website. Once logged in, go to the Note paragraph. We need to install the Honeywell Download Manager to be able to download the files from the website. At the end, it will say click here to download. Download and install the app. Once the Honeywell Downloader is installed, we are going to navigate through the folder on the lower left side. Go to Software, Printers, Desktop, PC23, PC43, PD43, Current, Firmware. Click the Download button on the right of the file. The browser will ask for permissions to download and allow pop-ups, and this must be allowed. The Honeywell Download Manager will open and start to download the file. Once the file is downloaded, it can be found in Documents, Downloads. The file will be in a zip format. Be sure to unzip the files to have them on a known location. USB driver. Make sure InnerDriver 2019.2 M1 certified is already installed in your computer, otherwise get the file from hsmftp.honeywell.com/en/login. The file is in Software, Printer, Printer Software and Drivers, Printer Drivers, Windows Print Drivers Current. Go to Devices and Printers and right-click on the printer icon and choose Printer Properties. Go to the Advanced tab and select the option Print directly to the printer and apply the settings. Go to the Tools tab, then click on the Action option and select Send File to the printer. A new window will open to browse the bin file. Then click on the OK button on the bottom right side. The printer will display a message on the screen confirming the firmware upgrade. After the upgrade, the printer will reboot and go to ready status. USB drive. Make sure you have a 2 or 4 GB memory stick. Perform a format in FAT32 to the memory so nothing is on the USB drive. Copy the firmware to the USB stick. Turn off the printer. Connect the USB memory to the printer. Turn on the printer. A message should appear on the screen saying the firmware upgrade. The printer will boot up in ready status with the firmware performed. Web console. To log into the printer's web admin console, enter the printer's IP into the address bar of the web browser. Once the printer's web admin console loads, click on the Login link in the upper right-hand corner of the page. A request for the printer's credentials should pop up. The default full access credentials are username, ITadmin, password, pass. Enter the full access username and password and then click the OK button to upgrade the printer's firmware. Once logged into its web admin console, go to Services tab, Upgrade Firmware. Browse to the desktop and then double-click on the firmware.bin file. Click on the Upgrade button to start the upgrade. Once the upgrade is complete, the printer will reboot. Post-reboot, confirm the current firmware version. For printers with a top panel LCD and controls, use the directional pad to select the information icon at the top of the LCD. For system information, otherwise print a configuration label or refresh the web console. Print set 4 or 5. Prerequisites. Have the printer's driver installed. Go to Devices and Printers and right-click on the printer icon and choose Printer Properties. Go to the Advanced tab and select the option Print directly to the printer and apply the settings. Download PrintSet from the hsmftp.honeywell.com website and log in. Download the application and install it on your computer. Run PrintSet. Click on the icon, add a new printer, or go to the File menu and add a printer. Select the communication method, network, USB, or serial. When the printer is on the network, the driver is not required. Click on the printer icon of the PrintSet tree root. Click on the Printer menu, then select Firmware Upgrade Wizard, or once the printer is selected, click on the Firmware Upgrade Wizard icon under the main menus. On the Welcome page, click the Next button to continue. On the Select Firmware File page, browse the location for the already downloaded firmware. Select the .bin file and click the Next button. The Firmware Upgrade in Progress window will appear and the progress bar will start to load. After the progress bar finishes loading, the printer will reboot automatically. Once the printer is rebooting, in the Firmware Upgrade in Progress window, the progress bar will load once again. Once the progress bar completes the process, click on the Next button. Click on the Finish button to close the Firmware Upgrade Wizard window. Post-reboot, confirm the current firmware version.